Hello, folks. It is Friday, the 21st of January, and I'm up an hour later than usual. I try to be up by 9. It's just now turning 10 o'clock. Here's my first cup. Cheers. I have a bit of music to share today. We'll start off with a bit of current events. Was never a fan, but he was well loved, and I was really happy for his success. And that's the fellow that we call Meatloaf. I heard this morning that he passed away. I was always impressed with Todd Rundgren's work with him. I just really respect Todd Rundgren's artistry deeply. The other person that I want to note, and I don't have any vinyl. I have some of her singing on CDs. Elza Soares from Brazil. I am in no position to speak with authority about the woman. I just gather that she was a beloved figure, and her singing was it was just straight from the soul. She was I understand really a larger than life figure. So rest in peace, Elza Soares. Life is funny. In my last video, I was talking about how I don't really receive that many records, and I don't anymore, because for a while there I was like almost every week, and then yesterday I received a package from my long distance friend in Italy, Andrea Della Piana, whom I have yet to meet. But Andrea, thank you so much, and you honor me. I appreciate what you say in the letter, and also your message this morning when I got up. I'll start with what he sent me. He sent me 2 items. One is the new release by his band, byenow. And the name of this is Eve. It's a cassette release. Now, he sent me his work before. I have to go dig it up. The last byenow. I don't remember it being this good. I ain't shitting, Andrea. Wow. Wow. This is wonderful. He he sings, plays acoustic and electric guitars, bass. There's tape manipulation. He mentions microcassettes, and there's other musicians. References are late period David Sylvian, Sweet Billy Pilgrim. Have you heard him? This is really quite wonderful. I'm really surprised, Andrea. Honestly, compared to what I remember from you, and I have to go dig it up now. Byenow, as in bye. This is really, real good, man. It's got the textures. After the first piece, which is instrumental, and the first vocal piece, that song, the melody, it's really good. Real good. And Andrea sent me an album by an artist that he really, really likes. I had never heard of this person before, which is, again, something that has always fascinated me about the world of music, and how we can be so insular. We think we know the world, and it's like there'll be these things happening right next to us, and we have no idea. So he sent me this album, IRA by Iosonouncane. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Sardinian musician, singer Jacopo Incani. This is brilliant. I ain't heard shit about this in America. It's a 3-record set. Andre, you just blow my shit away. Thank you. You didn't just send me the right album. He sent me, he says this is his favorite album from 2021. This is a 3-album set. This is mind-blowing. It's put out by Sony Music, but it also has Lucio Battisti's record label imprint numero uno on it. And he sent me the limited edition version on white vinyl. God dog, Andre, you blow my mind. You do. But the most important thing about this is how good this is. And is this kind of commercial in Italy? Because that's mind-blowing. This is exactly everything that is, for the most part, absent in the mainstream of American music. Depth. Long attention span musical passages. Textures. The words are a combination of Italian and maybe another language in English. They make no sense. They don't have to, for me. This man's voice is really something. Yeah, Andrea, you're right. You know, you got good taste. I love the sound of his voice, and he sings. It all means something. This is heavy. I've listened to 4 of the 6 sides already. This is really good. And it's an example of what I always want to hear from music. It's real. And it sounds like there was a lot of time put into this album. Every track, something interesting is going on. And the vocals, it's just really, wow. Iosonouncane. Iosonouncane. Wonder how you say it. I'll look him up on and see if he's made any videos. I haven't done that yet. That's something I like to do, is when I like an artist, see if there's any video representation. Okay. So that was just wonderful, because I wasn't expecting anything, and the mailman, my regular mailman, I have records, he'll leave them at my back door as opposed to on the front. And yesterday when I got the mail, it was just the mail, but then I got the call that the David Bowie low had come in to Homer's, so I went to get it, and that's when I discovered the package at the back door. Thank goodness. You see, it had been so irregular that I haven't been even checking. For a while, I was just automatically checking. When I checked the mail, I'd go back and check the back door. My God. Andrea, thank you so much. Man, this is... It just makes my day. So that's what listening to music for me is really about, is just this exploration. I've got some others here I want to tell you about. Because I went ahead, when they called me and they said they got in the Bowie Low, the limited edition 45th anniversary, I had to grab it. This is one of my favorite Bowie albums. Low, Lodger, and Scary Monsters are the 3 of his that I play the most. I like Bowie songs on all of his albums. A lot of artists I like. I don't know if I should say a lot, but there are many artists who I really like whose whole albums I don't particularly care for. This one I really like. I can't say it's my favorite though. But I really wanted this Bowie because orange is my favorite color. And RCA, the label this originally came out on, when they came out with that orange label, as a kid I was over the moon. I thought this is the most perfect record label because it's my favorite color, and the font they used. So look at that. That is just gorgeous. I made my second album, Dereck 2, on orange vinyl, and I wanted this hue of orange, which I did not get. I didn't have the... Pirates Press who did it, they didn't have this available. I got as close to it as I could. This is the 2017 remaster, but I don't hear anything different. or anything exceptional about the pressing or the sound of this, actually. It really doesn't sound any better than my original copy. I dare say my original copy might sound a little better. But I'm really glad to have this as an item. Orange David Bowie. It's like a toy, you know, it is. So I made I have to make this my one purchase of the month. I bet, like you all, inflation is really hitting you when you go to the grocery store. So I really have to make this my one trip to the record store this month. The other new item that I got, and I got a couple of used items, was the Miles Davis and Michel Legrand Dingo soundtrack. That was just now reissued. This came out in '91. It's on this deep red vinyl, which is fun. I'm enjoying this. I don't have to have the colored vinyl. Actually, I can actually say that there are some records where when it's like, yeah, this ought to be on black vinyl. This is, I've never seen the movie, but apparently Miles plays a trumpet player in the movie, and I'm thinking that's what I'm hearing. There are tracks where Miles is playing, and he is apparently purposely allowing the notes to slide sharp. It's something you don't hear in Miles's records. It's on several tracks on this album. So I'm thinking this must be him playing his role, because then there's a couple tracks where it's Miles just screaming, blowing. You know, it's like, oh yeah, there's Miles. Paris Walking, one in particular. You know, it's like, okay, there's Miles. But it's almost like the rest of it is he's playing a part. I'm glad I got that. In the used section, I'll start here, because I'm going to return this. Not return it, but trade it in. Tunng. I like Tunng, but I think the thrill is already gone. When this first came out, I thought it was an interesting blend of the acoustic with electronic. I thought they had they do have a couple of memorable tunes. I haven't played all this to find out if the one that I really like is on here. If it's on here, I'm keeping it. It was on clear vinyl, so that was partially why I got it in the used section. But what I have to say is, I started listening to this, and it was enjoyable. And then before the whole side was over, I was kind of like, I'm kind of tired of this already. So, interesting response to it. So I got to get back to it and see what I really think, because I have one other record of theirs. I forget the name of it, but I like that one. The covers are, you can tell that they were starting to get molded, but I got them anyway because these are this music. They were in the used section. Arvo Pärt. I'm not sure how you say his last name. I don't think it's Arvo Pärt. Maybe it is, but Arvo Pärt. Arbos with the Hilliard Ensemble and all these other folks. How do you describe this music? Let me see. I think it was in one of these. I love this music. It's not classical, but it's like classical in that it's got that gravitas, that stillness, that weight. The booklet in this one, they're talking a little bit, and there's a term that came up. Tintinnabuli style, yes. Poetic musical expression which Arvo Pärt calls tintinnabuli style. Well, if that's what this is, it's just incredibly gorgeous. Arbos is the name of this one. I've already listened to both of these almost all the way through because they're engaging. It's hard to really put into words quickly. There's a stillness, there's a beauty, there's a reverence. Like one of these is using the Psalms, part of the Psalms as the text. Wonderful. My God, this music is just incredibly gorgeous, okay? The other one I was able to get is Miserere. Now, I had this on CD, and I loaned it to an artist friend, and he never got it back. This music is incredible. Arvo Pärt, do you know his work? can't even really speak well about it. It does remind me that in the comments, I think yesterday, someone asked me about Penguin Cafe Orchestra and what do I think. I like them, I do. I got it on CD. Can I just grab it right quick? Is it out here? See, I got so much stuff I lose it. Yeah, I don't have it on vinyl. I have Penguin Cafe Orchestra. Simon Jeffs, I like that. Hey. So, besides that, I didn't do any music work yesterday. I took the day off. Well, actually, I did. Some interaction with Dave, and then listening to some more tracks he sent me, and started to work on the idea of how to mix these elements into mine. It's a new challenge. This is a new challenge, you know. I've collaborated before, but this is a challenge. We're making some good music here. But I don't know why I pulled it. It's something I read or saw yesterday, and it made me pull Chicago Transit Authority, Chicago's debut album, 1969. This is progressive rock at its finest. This is not commercial. This is probably one of the most stunning debut albums ever made. Those are fun things to say, aren't they? But this could hold up. This is incredible musicianship. It had been, I don't know how long it had been since I listened to this like I used to listen to it, you know, and it's like, man, this is just, it hasn't lost any of its potency. Terry Kath was a premier guitarist. It wasn't, Jimi Hendrix was serious when he said that Terry Kath is a better guitar player than him. I know why he said it. Cat was a bad motherfucker. And I got to see Chicago when he was in the band. He came to Omaha early days, and it was a blowaway. Terry Kath, the whole band was good, but Terry Kath was the dynamo. He was the center of energy, along with Danny Seraphin, the drummer. Those were the two people, when I saw them live, that just knocked me out. I said, there is the secret sauce right there. Terry Kath, the whole band is incredible, but the drummer and Terry were just inspired. Another old album of mine, and this is an old album that's been in my collection for a long time. It has one of my favorite songs. This song in particular is one of my favorite songs, but this album, I don't talk about this stuff much, but y'all don't know. Otis Redding, the Dock of the Bay. I've had this record forever. Taped it, loved it. You know what I'm saying? Sacred. Otis Redding was taken from us. That plane crash, so strange to me, these circumstances. How strange to me. So strange. It was taken from us, in my opinion. So, of course, The Dock of the Bay is a fantastic song, but it's the song after that on here that is one of my Desert Island. Okay, see, it's hard to make those lists, but here is one that, okay, I see it. That would be one. It's the song, I Love You More Than Words Can Say. The yearning in his voice and the way that he phrases each word, it's like it's just achingly real. Achingly real, okay? It's one of my all-time favorite songs, and when I was a kid, I would sit and listen to it like a goofball and just sit and just start crying, you know? I was a kid, I didn't even know about love really yet. Boy, I still feel it, you know? He just, ooh. But there's a couple more on here where it's like he is like on fire to get them draws. Open door, let me come on home. Those are like, it's like, that's almost too much. It's like, it's so visceral. It's like, you know, girl, I gotta have you. I'm letting my ass in. Oh boy, what can be said? What can be said? Okay. And then to end the video, the last record I played last night, it would seem like it's 180 degrees away from Otis Redding, and on the surface it is, and yet it's very soulful. And this man is gone already because of suicide. Adrian Borland, The Sound, From the Lion's Mouth. This album is fantastic. Every song, and it's very soulful and angsty. Adrian Borland is trying to get through. He never got through. He killed himself. Tragically, jumped on a railroad track. Mark Burgess of the Chameleons. We talked about Adrian Borland because they were friends, and he saw Adrian the day before Adrian killed himself. He was still fucked up about it when we played together years ago. So again, this is an album I can highly recommend. Words, music, feeling, the way the band captures what Adrian was going for, it's all here. This is a very classic album. It's Friday. I'm feeling better. I'm still planning to just really lie low. My throat feels better. I hope you all do too. This morning, as I was listening to NPR, because I am a news junkie, I listen to news from all over the world. It occurred to me, that this political insanity that we're living in, it is truly insanity, and people really are clueless. No one has a clue. Everyone is running around with their heads on fire on this entire planet. I noticed again, just the way that there's no consistency in the way the world is presented to us through the media. So here we are dealing with this pandemic. Seemingly, there's a whole lot of shit going on, a whole lot of problems, a whole lot of sickness, and all these efforts to try and get people to either get vaccinated, or Tonga that just had the volcano, when they got the supplies, it's like they let the people, they had been shut up, so they had only, up to that point, had one virus report. So their whole thing was, get the supplies here and then you guys get out of here because we don't want to infect the island. So something's going on. So I was remarking to myself this morning, listening to the bullshit about Russia and Ukraine and this flexing and this war move stuff, and it's like, this doesn't make any sense to me. We're fighting a pandemic, and yet here you all are talking about going to war and invading a country, and there's no talk about concern about spreading disease? It just seems so insane to me. I don't see anyone in a position of authority or charge that knows what the holy fuck they're doing. Strange times, people. So I'm going to spin the music, enjoy my coffee, and just have a nice day. You too.